planted, isn't it? It is. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Behind me is my brand new long-termer, the Audi RS5 Sportback. Some of you might recognise this very car as the car that I had out in Germany about 2 months ago on the RS5 Sportback launch. It's in my favourite colour, Sonoma green, and it's a beautiful day here in the UK. As a bit of an alternative video, I've got my good friend and petrolhead Ash Horton down here to give us his opinion on this car. So here's Mr. Ash supporting the Control and Shift brand, so thanks a lot for that, buddy. In fact, we both got our Control and Shift t-shirts on today, so that's really cool. Ash, what do you drive as your daily?
Yeah, I've got a 2017 BMW M140i, very lightly modified.
I want your first impressions on this car. You've only just really seen it. To be fair, he's driven it a couple of miles out here to film it, but we're going to treat it as a first impressions video, and yeah, just listen to what Ash has got to say. So Ash,
I really like the body shape of the car, and I think that it's something that Audi's been needing to do for a while. Following on from the RS7, I like the sort of liftback or sportback shape that they've done here. I like the lines of the car. I actually quite like the wheels. I like how at the back of the car you can see it's almost like a wide body look, and the shape of the car around the back is very flowing and smooth. It's got some decent sized brakes, which is always handy, and that's what you'd expect being an RS product. I actually also really like how the trim on this car is black, because typically in the earlier days on an Audi, quite often a standard trim spec was a silver, and I think that black goes so much better on these cars. Alright, so let's take a look under the bonnet, because at the end of the day, that's what you buy one of these cars for, is the power and the engine that comes in them. So 450 horsepower V6 turbocharged, and it definitely looks something special. Stainless steel intake pipe there obviously indicates that there's something hot about this car, and I think it is a pretty look under the engine bay. It doesn't look bog standard. There's something special about it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's full of too many plastics like so many modern especially sort of RS and M cars are. You probably find this is still just a plastic cover, but it actually looks quite nice. But as you say, there's a little bit of engine porn there as well to back it all up. Some quite beefy strut braces there to keep everything in check. Obviously the last Audi I had was the S6, which was brilliant aside from the fake exhaust that it had. Yeah. But I'm glad to report that this one has actually got
proper exhaust.
Proper exhaust.
So proper tailpipes. It's valved.
Yeah.
So as you'd expect with most modern cars. But yeah, proper exhaust.
Nice.
I think the best part of this car for me, visually, is these rear arches. I mean, as you can see.
Yeah, they're lovely and flared, aren't they? Yeah.
They're quite swollen. If anything, I think the wheels could poke out a little bit more.
Yep.
But I'm sure if you were to purchase one of these, it wouldn't be a hassle getting that sorted with some spacers.
No. A set of like 12, 15 mil spacers on this would absolutely improve the look of the overall car. So just a quick reminder that this car is an OPF car, so you can hear the valves moving around in there now. And it actually doesn't sound too bad for an OPF equipped car that's come straight out of the factory. So what are you in there? Dynamic?
Individual.
Individual, yep. Oh. Actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
For an OPF equipped car. And what's it like in the cabin there, Ash?
Cabin is typically what you find in an Audi. It is top quality.
Yep.
It feels nice. Aesthetically, it's a good looking cabin. It's fairly easy to find what you need. Like, it's got the new, obviously the new dash layout.
Yep.
With virtual cockpit, I believe they call it. Yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. Audi. There's some nice sort of suede, sort of Alcantara trim on the doors, skins. And it's all nice leather. The seats feel really good.
Yeah, and you fit the seats pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the big issue of being a bit too tall for the seats, but even your head, when you sit back, your head's still just over that headrest. And what are you, about 5'11"?
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
So
I'm not that tall.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, I think we should head off for a drive.
Let's do it. That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. All right then, mate. Here we go.
Here we are. Audi RS5 Sportback, and what a car. I mean, we say it's the first drive and first impression, but I've driven it a little bit this afternoon, just getting used to it, and wow, what a car. It is so planted, it is so good under braking, it's so good on cornering. They really have, with this Quattro over the years, just made it better and better and better. A very familiar place to be with the gearbox. It's got the ZF8 speed, which we all know and love. Yep,
that's what you've got. That's what Ash has got in his M140.
Yeah.
Lexus drivers.
Somebody was on the wrong side of the road there. Decided I had a touch cloth moment. But yeah, it's very, very, very enjoyable to drive. It's so pliant as well on the road. I mean, I feel as though some Audis can be a bit crashy when you're driving over bumps and that sort of thing. This just, as you're driving along, it just seems to soak up everything. And I don't even think this one has a magnetic ride.
It doesn't, no. And yeah, because obviously I tried this car out in Germany where the roads are amazing and it felt incredible. And I remember saying how incredible the ride felt. Obviously you get back to the UK and it's a lot choppier. But although it's stiff, it's not uncomfortable.
No.
And as you say, and as you get faster and you push through that travel and you start working the chassis a little bit, then it becomes very nice and pliant and plush. But yeah, no, very, very impressive package. But yeah,
absolutely. It's a sort of car, if you were living anywhere, it would work.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's an all-weather car that with so much capability. If you were living in the far north of Scotland and it was chucking it down with snow, or if you're living in the Alps, you could quite happily jump in this, throw whatever you had to in the back, dogs, snowboards, skis, and off and away you'd be, and you could have fun doing it. Whereas the cars we, being petrol heads, tend to love and tend to gravitate towards, like your BMW M cars and your Porsches and that sort of thing, are brilliant, but they're not all-weather cars like the Audi Quattros are.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a, don't get me wrong, it's not a complete driver's car, it's not a complete driver's car package.
No.
If it were my money, I would probably go and buy an Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, or something else. But if you're after something that ticks all the boxes, this is the car. And I think aesthetically, it's a really good looking car as well.
It is. Yeah, I think it is an awesome package, and I think that's what most RS products are. They're insane packages. They offer so much, and their breadth of ability is really wide compared to some M cars, say. And they do lack that ultimate excitement, and they lack that ultimate driver engagement. And that's not to say they're any slower. In fact, around circuits and certainly in drag races and stuff, a lot of the time the RS equivalent is quicker than an M car, just down to the fact that it is an all-wheel drive setup. But it's just a different car. It's different in so many ways. But then you've got familiarization, as you say, with things like the ZF8 speed, which is such a great gearbox. It really does show up a lot of even the modern dual clutch systems. I think does such a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the perfect balance in between a fast, really fast changing gearbox and something that's really easy to drive in comfort mode.
Yep.
You know, being a torque converter auto, and the software mapping on these gearboxes, I've got them just right. Yeah, I'm so impressed, truly, with this gearbox. You know, and how it's evolved as well.
Yeah.
From some of the earlier ZF gearboxes.
Yeah.
Now with the LWTP laws come in, and Audi having to spend a lot more money on that sort of thing, they've slimmed, they've cut right down on all the options that you can tick on these cars.
Yep.
In the UK per se, and I think it's a good thing. I think before there were too many options available for these cars, especially if you're looking at one in the used car market and you go, oh, this one's got that option and this option that I don't want or I'd never need.
Yes.
You know, whereas now the options that you have, you know, like out of the box, seem to be like the best options.
Yep. Yeah.
Like the black optics pack, for example, is standard on Audi UK cars.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's. I mean, you pointed that out to me, and of course, yeah. Yeah, the black optics pack. A lot of stuff is standard now on these cars, as Ash was saying, because of the WLTP, and in fact, the only real option this car has, and I think it's one of the only ones you can opt for, is the Comfort and Sound Pack, which is keyless entry, 19 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, rear reversing camera, and I think maybe massaging and electric front seats. So yeah, it's really nice just having that one option. This has also got the Sonoma green, but aside from paint colours,
British Racing Green.
British Racing Green, yeah. It's not quite British. I think it's a bit more metallic.
Yeah.
In this light, it depends on the light and how clean this is. But it's just, yeah, I love it. I love this colour.
Yeah, me too. I mean, every petrol head, I think, has a soft spot for a green. You know, because
yes.
all the cars, all the motorsport, and you know,
There's a lot of history. Yeah, exactly. The gear changes are so quick, aren't they?
Yeah, lightning fast.
So fast. Amazing. Awesome. Well, thanks, Ash. Thanks for thanks for coming out and giving it a drive.
Thanks for letting me drive the car. It's a real privilege. It's really cool to see how manufacturers are evolving.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, between 2010 and 2014 was a very pinnacle era for these cars, and it's good to see that the newest generation is still going forward, and I'm really happy to see the RS5 Sportback.
Yep. No, I totally agree, mate. I totally agree. Long may it continue. Make sure you give Ash a follow on Instagram. I'll put a link to that below and on the screen here. Cheers, guys. Till the next one. Thanks a lot, Ash.
Cheers,
mate. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.